guys, how's it going? Welcome to Crandady Garage. Anywho, this is the beginning of episode 3 of the channel. This is Sunday, the day after episode 2 came out. I have taken out the rear carpet and taken the stuff out of the car that I'm storing, and we're about to start on doing grinding and prep. So we're gonna be doing a lot of grinding, mostly grinding, cleaning things up, and then I got some Duplicolor gold weld through primer and some Rust-Oleum reformer. It turns rust into primer, and yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing mostly today. Maybe we'll do some welding, see how we go, see what we get done. So I'm going to go ahead and take you out the pod. I'm going to do another quick look around so we can show you what's going on with the car and what I like and what I don't like, which we already know what we don't like, but you know. Okay, so here we go. So we know we got all this stuff right there. We know we got a hole coming in through here, so we're going to grind the crap out of that, and we got to redo that spot. We got to wire wheel grind the crap out of that, and we got to get all this out of here. We're going to clean this all up. I got to take this all out and do an inspection check on that right there. We still got to reattack this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a pinhole here, and there's one up here. So I got a little bit more grinding, a little bit more welding to do. I might take this pedal off temporarily in order to get back here, really get in here and do what I need to do. Let's see here, and here's another area that's going to turn into a trouble spot, so we're going to clean this up, and we're going to hit it with Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. We're keeping that. We're going to keep this because we attach belts to it. This is going to go. We're going to zip wheel that off. We'll zip wheel that off. Now, the rest of it's looking good so far. Right in here, I don't see anything, alarming. This is really good in here. And let's go ahead. Looking this way. So this part is really good. Now, you see these holes? Yeah, not factory. Like I said, I was having a problem with the seal. I freaking lollygagged and never got around to it. Well, I'm getting around to it now. So once we get this all cleaned up, like that's done over there, we'll put these holes back in. We'll put a central hole and a grommet, because you never want to give water a chance to sit and rust things out. You want it to get out and stay out. This area looks really good. I'm pretty surprised about it, how good it looks. But then again, you never know. I might find something that surprises me. But most of the car's in good shape, So, yeah, they did a pretty good job of gooping this up. Factory Chevrolet. Yep, we're going to keep that. There we go. It's not too bad a shape. And plus, it goes under the carpet. Covers the shock tower mount. Yeah, so this is not going to be a full-on race car. It's not going to be just a street car. It's going to be, I said, it's going to be toys. It's going to be something I can take out, like an autocross. Maybe one of these days get a track day in one of the GT tracks here in New Jersey. I think there's one in North Jersey, or more north from me. But yeah, we're going to roll cage this sucker up. We're going to strengthen it up. We're going to add welds. It's going to be cool. Back over here. So, yeah, that corner right there needs rebuild. This needs to get out of here. I got my shop back out. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll keep you guys recording on some of this stuff, and I'll stop here and there. Like I'm gonna do a lot of fast forwarding. I'm gonna try to up my my editing skills while I'm at it. I'm gonna see how I can input some music onto some fast forward stuff. See if it will do it for me. I think it will. Just, that way I have a little bit of sound listening to while you see me zip around like Speedy Gonzalez. I gotta end up putting some parts away in the attic that are not gonna be in here for a while, so they're out of the way. They're not too much in the way. That way I can take some more parts, because I think I'm gonna start taking this stuff apart, because I don't think any of this, well, this might be able to be reused, but we would have to fix the back of it because this isn't connected anymore. I need a new one of these. Probably gonna have to get a new one of these. I might make my own light pull thing, because I'm thinking about when I roll cage it up, I want to put another bar across here. And I think we're going to put a front halo, and we're going to bring the front halo in, and it might enter in through the dash corner here and hug down this way and enter here. And same thing on the other side. We'll just try to hug it in here. I'm not sure. I'd like to put excuse me, I hit that. I'd like to put the headliner back in here, but also I'd like it to be at least, regulation, track, be able to pass inspection for a roll cage, because we got to weld this in. We're gonna weld it in. It's got to be so high from the head, from the top. I think it's like 2 inches or something like that. It's gonna be at least 2 inches to the top of this, and I think that'll give me enough clearance to put the roll bar in. I think the roll bar is probably gonna go in right where these frame mounts are, because this goes back here where suspension attaches to underneath, and also it's a place where it's strong. That's why they put the seatbelt mounts here. So I think after we get the roll cage in here, we might do some other stuff. We might do some maybe something. We'll put a hideaway pan in here or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That way, I got some storage for some things I could bring with me if I'm on a road trip or something. We are gonna put a fuel pump access panel. Like I said, this is gonna be a race car style thing. The thing, it's not hard to drop the axle. It's not. It just takes more time. It's not difficult at all. And it doesn't take a whole lot of time to drop the axle enough to take the gas tank up, but it is still a pain in the ass. Now, when you cut a hole in that, it will take some of the strength away. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a piece of bar, and we're just we'll enclose it with a nice lip, and then we'll make a nice trap door and stuff like that, and add some strength back to it. And I'm probably gonna mount the spare tire right on top of that. I'm probably gonna put, like, depending on where the roll cage comes in, on how I'm gonna do the mounts, because it's got to be hard mounted. And I'm not sure how that's going to affect my visibility. If that, I'm thinking maybe the tire will actually fit in here, in the spare. I want to do a full-size spare. Maybe I'll make a mount back here. I want a full-size spare. I don't want no dinky spare. Dinky spare's not going back in there. Screw that shit. Ain't happening. I'll buy 5 wheels. They'll look exactly the same. The spare wheel will be a 30,000 mile tire, the same brand tire and all that crap. So versus like a 60,000 mile tire. And yeah, that's where we're at the moment. That's what we're gonna do, and I'll beep you back in once we get going. see a lot more grinding. You can see the hole that's really big here. We got to end up cutting some kind of, you know, reasonable here. So like this, we'll cut it from here to here, right? And then we'll come across here and cut it. And we might as well come straight across here and then down this way. And then we have this section here. And we'll just meet it right into here, like this. So this is going to get cut out here like this, like that. Here, and then here. And then we have to tie it back in there because this is the frame part of it. This is important. This has got to get welded, tied back into here. And then this is the weldable primer that I got from Amazon. I bought that myself. This is the stuff that Vice Grip Garage talks about. This duplicator, the weld through galvanized primer. This is a coal primer. This one's gray. I think he uses gold. Yeah, and he says it also helps with splatter, which is good because, you know, I use a flux core wire field welder. Now this is some kind of an access hole. I don't know why we would even need that. I think what we're going to end up doing is that I'm going to clean this up, and we're just going to weld it right into the car. I mean, we really don't need that to be, you know, to be a hole at the moment. Because wherever the water's been sneaking in, we're just going to fix it. I'm going to end up taking most of the dash parts out too. I think I'm going to take this out and see how much of the actual dash I can get out of here and whatnot, and just leave whatever components behind the dash just, you know, in there, so that I can get in here and do more what I need to do. And then, yep, there's another area here that we're gonna have to do. Stick that up there, and we're gonna have to. That goes to the computer. Tuck that up there somewhere. Tucked. I don't think it does. So I have to try to make a nice little here, across here, up here. You know, so we can patch that in. And then I think some of this, like that's a pinhole, that's an actual hole. Some of these are just holes. And I think, oh no, I gotta look, I think they just, you know, rusted through. I'll just have to, you know, take the welder and get them in there. So, let's go ahead and actually, a little bit here, this is mineral spirits, which is good for, you know, stuff like that. That's going to need to be welded. So we'll give a little spritzy spray so we can weld it. Let's go ahead. There we go, like that. Like that. A little weldable primer there. That way it holds anything down, keeps things from rusting. Here too, let's do this one too. Just like that. Keep the rust away, and we can weld over it, which is real nice. So I think that's kind of what we have to do next. I think we gotta put a little patch here or something. We'll just stick a little piece of metal there and weld on it. And, you know. But this has got to get tied in real good here. And you see this section, this is framed because we actually want the floor pan actually connected to this part. So that's important. So we got to do that. I'm going to come in here and check, see what we need to do to get that welded in. We got a lot of this cleared out here. We have to do more grinding. I have to grind more in that section. I gotta see where this loom goes to, see if I need to move it out of the way temporarily, because I gotta get in there, right? Can't leave that shit in there. It's just not gonna fly. But we're coming along. We're gonna keep at it. So that's where we're at the moment. So I think if I have to leave this here, I'm probably going to hit it with the weldable primer is what I'm going to do. So that way, there we go. So I hit that with that just because to keep things from rusting. That moment, and we'll get back to you guys. I gotta do some cutting. I gotta cut this out. I gotta cut that out and stuff, and smooth it out and get it all set and ready to go. You see, I got this because there used to be structure going from here to here. I'm not sure how I'm gonna build that up, but we'll figure it out. Yep. Yes, we will. But yeah, it seems like this was a structural part. They put this here like this for a reason. So, and this goes under the floor pan. I don't know. Maybe I'll take some actual steel. Like I got some square steel, and I'll like cut it in half. I'll lay it down in here, and then I'll butt it up against this, and I'll bring it up here and butt it up against here and make a nice little channel, kind of like what you see down here. Right here, kind of like what you see here. I'll make a nice channel across here and here. I think that's a good idea. Put some extra support in, because I got some 1x1 inch tube steel, and I think that'd be perfect for it. I think that'd be good. We'll do that. And we'll run it right across here, just make it super strong. Now getting in there to freaking weld it on the other side, is probably going to be the biggest problem if I do that. But we'll figure it out if we do it or not. All right, guys, catch you later. We'll zip you back in after we get some more stuff done. Maybe before the end of the day, we'll get that wire reeled out and then paint it with the Rust-Oleum stuff, and that area get maybe, start getting it prepped. So yeah, we'll zoom you back in. There'll be some more fast forward video, me flying through some other section. Right there. That looks good. We'll go over there and jump on that for a bit. There we go, we got that kind of grinded up and prepped up for right now. I got to do some more grinding and whatnot over there. I did some over here. Go ahead and walk over here real quick. I did a lot of wire wheeling here and cleaning that. But now they like these patches here. This stuff sucks. Like it takes a lot of grinding to dig that out of there with a wire wheel. But if I didn't have a wire wheel, it'd be so bad trying to get that off of there. Yeah, I got one there and one there to do next. And then I think I got one in the back where the so-called trunk is. So, but we're getting there. A little bit every weekend. About to wrap it up here. So, yep. So, we'll sit down and talk about a couple things at the end of this video, and yeah. All right, here we go. We are wrapping it up for this weekend, and we're gonna go ahead and edit another video. As you can see from all the fast forwarding, that it takes a long time to wire wheel and grind down on that freaking that so-called sealant stuff that they got going on. That stuff's terrible. I mean, I'm covered in it, and it heats up while you're wire wheeling it. On the same time, wants to stick to everything, so you have to stop and vacuum and start again. There's a lot of stopping and starting, and then prepping those areas so they don't rust doesn't catch back up. So I'm hitting with like rust weld-through primer and rust converter and stuff like that. So we got another weekend at least of grinding and prepping before we can really start getting to cutting and welding this stuff in. At least maybe even 2 more weekends, because we have that spot in the back there. Also, there's the inside of the wheel well, so maybe there's 3 or 4 more weeks. And we're in New Jersey. It's fall right now, and so hopefully we have a nice, really mild winter again, which would be nice. It'd be nice to have some days even on the winter where we can work on this and do stuff. But yeah, let's talk about finding other videos and stuff that talks about these cars. There's a couple subscribers I personally subscribe to that I really love. One recently that I've been watching a lot of that I really like is called Third Gen Guy. So this is a shout out to him. He does some really nice videos on do-it-yourself, on upgrade parts, replacement parts, things like that. He really goes through on detailing, which is really nice. Now I can't remember if he has an automatic or a stick, but you know, he autocrosses his car, so he's done a lot of stuff. So I have a Camaro video list that I put open to the public on YouTube of stuff that I subscribe to when I'm, you know, for future fixes and do-it-yourself things and whatnot. So go through that list, and maybe there's something you're looking for that will help you get yours going. But the other guy I like is LSX Max. LSX Matt, excuse me. He's got a couple third gens. He's got Camaro and he has the Trans Am Firebird, and you know, he's done the over, you know, the complete. He's got T56 and the LS and his stuff. But this is gonna be Gen 3 stuff for the most part. We're gonna stay with the T5. We're gonna stay with that small block 305. We're gonna work with what we got. Is what we're gonna do. Now, yeah, LS motor's always gonna make more horsepower. The T56 in its stock configuration handles more horsepower than the T5, but you know, I mean, you have to spend about $1,200 to get the T5 up to handle 600 horsepower, and then for the 305 block, if you want it to make some good power, you got to stick some money. You could get, and the main problem with the 305 block is the heads. You can get the 305 block on its stock heads probably to run about 375 horsepower, but you have to do a little bit of hand porting, and you're gonna have to, you know, new rockers, a little bit more lift. You know, you're going to do some old school stuff, you know, to really pull, to get those heads. You have to do a lot of work to them. So an aftermarket set of heads for 305 block for about $500 or $600 Edelbrock makes, and they work really good. They flow really good. They'll match up really good with the former Edelbrock TVI intake manifold like the one I got on this engine. But I think that's just kind of the rumor. We're gonna run the engine that came in the car, or what would have came in the car if we ordered it from the factory. So we're gonna get a T5 here. Like I said, stay tuned. You drop in this channel every once in a while, even though that you're not interested in this stuff, and see how close we are to get to that T5 manual transmission swap. Because like I said, we're doing it with all factory parts. There isn't going to be there isn't going to be as much guesswork. It's going to take the sweating bullets out for you guys who want to do a T5, or who is doing a Z28 conversion, or so to speak. You know, because there's more people interested in these cars. They're going to get harder to find. Some rich asshole's probably going to try to jack the price up on us, you know, saying, "Ooh, this is this and that." I mean, they're great cars. This was the best handling Camaro to date when it came out. This was the flattest track Camaro. It handled fantastically. The downside of this platform was the company was getting jacked up with restrictions on emissions and whatnot, and they did another unibody construction, except this one was a little flexible, more than anyone would like, and we're going to go through that and fix it. It's not a bad car. Out of the factory stock, it was great for what it was, but we're going to make it better. We're going to make it fantastic. So we're still going to put subframe connectors here. I just haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead and weld up my own, or if I'm going to get a UMI or a Detroit set. Detroit you have to cut and weld in, which isn't a terrible thing. I'm doing some cutting and welding anyways, but the nice thing about the UMI stuff, you just got to get it up off the ground and get everything cleaned up and prepped, and then you go ahead and you bolt and weld them in. I mean, I think they're a great great option for guys who are doing it yourself. I mean, the great thing about those subframe connectors is that they're very utilitarian. They're made for at-home guys, like you and me, who are trying to build a car that's strong, it's going to handle, and stuff like that. And I've already bought some TMI parts. I mentioned that already. Front rear sway bars, polyurethane bushings. But we're not just throwing money at the car. Like I said, we're doing all the work ourselves. We are going to buy a prefab roll cage. Now, mention this: you still have to cut and adjust when you do that stuff. It doesn't just flap right in. But other than that, this is the boring stuff. Like I said, throughout this video, I think most of it I'm going to do a lot of fast forward. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mentioning how long it took me. I started on this around 11 o'clock today, and it is now 4 o'clock, so I got 5 hours into it. You know, that's 3 hours short of 8 hours, you know, of an 8-hour day. Say if you were doing this in a shop with some limited tools. And we're doing it right here in the driveway. I was like, I have no covering. We're just going to do it right here in the driveway. I got it up on the blocks. This is like, you know, it's like you just need space to store your tools and your equipment. You can always pull them out and do it right here in your driveway. You just got. I know it's a pain in the ass. I got to pick everything back up. It's a pain, but you want to know something? If you really want something, you'll do it. You'll do it. You know, this is. I dreamt of always, after I've gotten this car, of having a kick-ass hot rod, and that's what I'm doing. So stay tuned. Rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Crandady Garage.